Hello! We're excited to share scriptures with you this week. Sorry that we have had that on hold a little bit. We had a computer breakdown and a lot of stuff going on, but now we're excited to resume our weekly scriptures. And here it is. English for you there is 2 Nephi 9:29. To be learned is good if they hearken unto the counsels of God. Okay, ASL. Become learned. So this is learning, the sign for learning. So you're getting knowledge in your brain and your mind expands, right? You get a bigger brain. So that's becoming learned. That's why it's signed that way. Good. Sometimes I often see people use good without the second hand, which you can do, but it's also thank you. So do you have opinions about using your second hand when you sign good? You know, it is confusing because good and thank you can be signed the same way. But when you use the second, you can use the second hand, yeah. I guess there's no difference if you use it or not. You can sign good without it. There is a mouth morphine if you use your mouth that way to sign good. There's also context, of course. Yeah, context too. You'll be able to tell if it's good. Okay, so good or good. Either way you want to sign it. Good. Become learned. Good. Understand. Must listen, God, his counsel. Yeah, what do you want to say? Well, we want to make sure becoming learn is you're gaining more knowledge, you're learning things, your mind's expanding, you're growing. So become is a little bit of an English term, but become is, the way I want to describe it is increasing, becoming ready, growing your knowledge. So it means learning good things and getting the opportunity to learn. And we must listen. So I'm deaf, so I'm not listening with my ears. I'm more paying attention to God's counsel. That's the way I like to do it. Like I'm ready, I'm listening to God's counsel. I'm getting the inspiration to hear something in my mind, to have things come up and promptings and get that counsel from God, those kind of things. Yeah. Listening, using it with your ears or pay attention, that's true. You could sign it that way, eyes or ears. You're hearing, obviously, so you use your ears. Yes, but in my defense of this translation, it is from the actual official Book of Mormon translation. So they do use the sign here. Yeah, okay. That's true. A lot of you hear in that way and hear and listen, get ready at the same time, hearing with your ears. Oh, hearing with the eyes, right? Yeah, I guess hearing with the eyes, that's right. Yeah, I did add one word from the official translation, and that word is understand. The official translation, Book of Mormon ASL, is really great resource for you if you want to read that and look for specific verses. And we're doing one to keep it simple for you. They have all of them in there. Okay, are we ready to sign? Yep. Become learned, good, understand, must hear God, his counsel. Do you want to share other thoughts about becoming learned at the same time hearing God's counsel? Yeah, I guess I remember learning a lot since my conversion. I feel like I've been learning more and more. I've increased my knowledge, and that learning's never finished. I'm always becoming learned. I'm always working on that and also working on hearing God's counsel. I'm never like, oh, I'm done hearing your counsel. It's a continual process. We're always learning and increasing our knowledge. You've noticed, we keep doing something, God gets counsel, and we get counsel through our prophets. Every 6 months we have general conference. And devotionals, that's your personal time that you pray at night, express your feelings to God and listen to his counsel and try to understand his plan. That's a great way to receive his counsel and become learned. So you remember President Nelson had the advice to encourage us to receive revelation. His talk is revelation for the church, revelation for your life, and like what's it like in the church, what's it like in the home, how are those roles different? what's it like in the church specifically, or revelation in the family. So we're always getting that. We're always becoming more learned and increasing. It's never done. It's a continual process. You could sign it like that. It's a little bit more. Yeah, becoming educated is really important because God's glorious intelligence. He knows everything. He wants to give us all knowledge because he wants us to be like him. He wants us to be educated. He wants us to learn the things he has to do. There is a problem, though, when our education, our learning, we get into it and we put it above God. So when we put it above God, we're like, oh, I know, I don't need him. And God's like, hey, I have counsel for you. You need to put me first. If we do put God first in our life, that's important and wonderful to learn, become educated. I really enjoyed during COVID time homeschooling my kids. The curriculum we used was really integrated with gospel, and we openly talked about God. It was a great experience for me. Recently, I read a homeschool book with my daughter. She's 6 years old, and she was reading it. She's like, what? Why is God in this book? That's not allowed. We can't have God in a book. And I was kind of shocked because she's used to school taking God out of everything, educated, and separating those two things. And I was like, no, God's important. He's important in all our learning. He's included in that. God is an important person for that. So I'm grateful for my education at BYU because that was a great place to have those things integrated. We talked about gospel principles along with our education. Okay, let's sign this one last time. And I'm going to sign the scripture once with word hints for voiceover, and then the second time, no, voice off. Become learned, good, understand, must hear God, his counsel. Okay, last time, no word hints. Voice off now. Okay, that's all. Love you guys.